just think about how critical these young people will be over the course of their careers to so many ranchers and farmers and other individuals across the state who believe in large animal food production, animals of really every type. Having young people who have a pathway to work in that industry is a critical part of just our strategy around investing in the state and elevating our state and making our state competitive for in-state students, but also for any person who is in alignment and agrees with the things that we have going on here in Nebraska and at the University of Nebraska.
Fantastic. Always good to see you. We'll talk again next week. And I know UTEP today, the first game of the year, you know their coach a little bit.
I do know their coach. Well, first, let me say, in all things, I'm cheering for the Huskers.
Well, yeah.
So now that we've said that, Scotty Walden is a person who coached at Southern Miss for one game as our head coach, as the head coach there when I was still president. I left and went on to Austin Peay State University for a period of time, and now has found his way out to El Paso, Texas, to coach for UTEP. So I hope he has a good experience here in Lincoln. Unfortunately, they will not be getting a win today, but nonetheless, I hope they have a good experience, and we all are very proud of Scotty. I do, Greg, want to do like I normally do on the broadcast, is give a shout-out to Mark McCard and all of our friends at Nebraska Farm Bureau. We appreciate all the ways in which they help the university. And I also want to add to my list Lisa Lunds up in Wakefield, Nebraska, former president of Ag Builders, who is a big supporter of the university. And we hope that she's listening into the game today with her family and cheering the Huskers on.
Fantastic. Dean Hengmosk, always great to see you as well.
Yeah, good to see you too, Greg. Thanks.
We'll have more pregame coming up. Matt Cody's got the Big Ten Blitz next.
You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Central Valley Ag on the Huskers Radio Network.
Huskers farmers do it all. That's why at Ag Leader, we're devoted to making your life easier every day, through every season, with our easy-to-use precision farming technology that can do it all alongside you. From planting and spraying to steering and harvesting and more. Do it all on your farm with Ag Leader. Contact your local Ag Leader dealer or visit agleader.com to upgrade your farm equipment with proven precision farming technology from Ag Leader.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
For generations, the story of America's farmers has been one of grit, determination, and unwavering faith. Through trials and triumphs, one truth remains. Together, we can do more. Working together, Central Valley Ag unites with our farmers to feed this hungry planet. So take a seat, share your story. At CVA, there's room at the table. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
IT issues wreaking havoc on your day? It's time to hire the experts. It's time to hire Hamilton. When it comes to your business, you don't have time to worry about network security, data backup, and protection, or support when devices slow down or stop working. At Hamilton, we ensure that your technology is up to speed and works as hard as you do. Don't let IT issues slow you down. You deserve better. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
It's time for another round of Nebraska Farm Facts. If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens. Farmers and ranchers raise livestock and poultry to provide nutritious, affordable protein for all ages to help build muscle and maintain energy for a healthy lifestyle. Keep that in mind as you prepare all that tasty meat on your tailgate grill. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
This is Big Red Football.
For almost 50 years, Sid Dillon Buick GMC Cadillac in Fremont has been more than just a dealership. We're a family dedicated to serving yours. Shop Nebraska's #1 volume Buick GMC dealer for the new car, truck, or SUV to fit your needs. We're also your GMC Business Elite dealer for commercial vehicles. Visit us at SidDillonBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
You are what drives us, Sid Dillon.
Hi, this is Rex Burkhead, and I'm asking you to donate to the Team Jack Foundation to support childhood brain cancer research. Your contribution fuels the discovery of new treatments, enhancing children's lives and improving survival rates. Childhood brain cancer is a serious issue in Nebraska, where we rank number 7th nationally in incident rates. Every dollar brings us closer to a cure and a brighter future for these brave kids. Make a difference today by visiting teamjackfoundation.org to donate. Go Big Red.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Woodhouse has been your premier destination for your automotive needs since 1975. Whether you're looking to purchase a new vehicle, sell your current one, or looking to service, our team ensures a convenient and seamless transaction from start to finish. Explore our wide selection of top brands and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with our team's dedication and decades of trusted service. Get started online at woodhouse.com and experience the Woodhouse difference today.
Welcome back to the Acres Broadcast Center. I'm Matt Coatney. It's that time before every Husker game in which we take you through the entire conference. It's time for the Big Ten Blitz.
This is
the Detroit News. Michigan obviously under a new coach in Sharon Moore after the Jim Harbaugh era ends, and Michigan coming off a national championship, and yet, Angelique, they're kind of flying under the radar, at least it seems like to me. What kind of camp did they have, and what's the mood like in Ann Arbor on the eve of starting the season?
I think there's definitely a sense of optimism in Ann Arbor, but I think you're right. They are flying a little bit under the radar, and I think that happens when you lose so much of your offense. I mean, they're replacing a whole offensive line, quarterback. I mean, I should have said that first. Yeah. They're replacing Blake Corum. I mean, they're replacing a lot of talent on the offensive side. Defense will be very good, and I think that people who are thinking that Michigan could challenge for the Big Ten championship are weighing the defense in that equation. And I tend to think that they're going to struggle this year because of all the newness on offense. And not to mention, I mean, you mentioned Sharon Moore first year, but all new defensive staff, new strength coach. Yeah, there's just a lot of new.
Talk about the opener. Fresno State coming off of a 9-win season. They've had some disruption in the program with their coach in the offseason. Give me kind of your thumbnail sketch on this matchup.
Well, I mean, I think they have a good quarterback coming back and an offensive line. And, defensively, they can be tricky. So, they did. Jeff Tedford had to step down for medical reasons. I think it was early July. So they moved on to Coach Skipper. And, he's been in this position before. And I know that there's a fear going on the road. And Michigan has a 22-game home winning streak, but I just don't know that factors in as much anymore. And not in this day and age of transfers, and you got veterans coming in who've been there and done that. So I don't know how much of that's a factor going on the road, but it is the opener. Crazy things have happened. I know Michigan's a pretty significant favorite, but I just think that this is Fresno State. It's a really good team for Michigan to open with and give them a little bit of a measuring stick in a sense of where they are. But I don't think Fresno State's going to be an easy out, and I think that's probably the kind of game they need before the Texas game.
Wolverines hosting Fresno State. The Bulldogs under the lights in Ann Arbor, 6:30 Central on NBC. Angelique, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Northwestern.
And here to talk about the Wildcats, Louis Vicaire of the Wildcat Report. Northwestern will open the season against the Redhawks. of Miami of Ohio. Louis, what have been kind of the big storylines during camp leading up to this? Probably, obviously, the quarterback is among the big stories that has been covered by you.
Yeah, I think the biggest story has been the stadium, really. You know, they got the temporary stadium on the lakefront. It's a little under 15,000 people. It's sitting right on the water of Lake Michigan, so it should be very unique, very kind of Northwestern, you know. It's going to be a small crowd, but it should be pretty cool. I think everybody's looking forward to it, you know, among the Northwestern fan base. And then, like you mentioned, everybody's thinking about the quarterback battle. David Braun has not elected to disclose his starter before the game. So it's going to be Mike Wright, who's a transfer from Vanderbilt and Mississippi State. He's in his 5th year of college football. And then Jack Lausch, who's been the backup the last couple of years, has been more of a wildcat quarterback and doesn't really have a whole lot of experience under his belt. But those are the two guys battling it out. I kind of think it's going to be Mike Wright just based on his, you know, he's a veteran that's got a lot more football that he's played. So I kind of lean that way, but no one knows for sure, and we won't know till Saturday.
All right, the opener is against the Red Hawks. Louis, an 11-win team from 2023. Break this matchup down for us. How do you see this one?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game. I mean, they really picked a doozy to open up the new stadium. You got to, you know, no one gives you much credit for beating a MAC team, and if you lose the one, it's big time, you know, news across the country. And this Miami team, like you said, they went 11-3 last year. They won the MAC. They've got a 6th-year quarterback in Brett Gabbert, who's healthy now. They got the defending MAC Defensive Player of the Year and Matt Salopek at linebacker. I mean, this is a loaded team with a lot of experience. I think this is going to be a tight game. It's going to come down to a play or two. It's going to be one of those kinds of games. And, you know, Miami all-time is 7-3 against Northwestern, believe it or not. So this is going to be a heck of a test for them right out of the gate.
Northwestern hosting Miami of Ohio, 2:30 on BTN. Louis Vicaire of the Wildcat Report. Louis, as always, we appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
I'm Matt Coatney, and this is the Big Ten Blitz presented by Groundworks, the official foundation company of the Huskers. All right, now let's take a look at a time and temperature update brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. Cornerstone Bank is committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Current temperature here at Memorial Stadium is a little warm, 86 degrees. The time is 43 minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock Central here in Lincoln. The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Acres, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres, solutions for every field. Well, fans, we've been asked to tell you to expect delays when entering Memorial Stadium and try to arrive early to access your seats because Gate 21's escalator is temporarily out of order for today's game. For elevator access, proceed to gates 19 or 21. For stair access, proceed to gate 20 for access to their seats. So that's on the northeast and east side of the stadium. Gate 21's escalator is temporarily out of order for today's game. For elevator access, proceed to gates 19 or 21. For stair access, proceed to gate 20. And for escalator access, proceed to gate 18. I'm Matt Coatney in the Acres Broadcast Center at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. That's the Big Ten Blitz, and that will wrap up the Countdown to Kickoff show. The Matt Rhule pregame show comes your way next.
It's time for a conversation with the head coach ahead of today's kickoff. It's the Matt Rhule pregame show.
And good afternoon from Memorial Stadium, where today the Cornhuskers will open up the season against the UTEP Miners. Joined now by the head football coach of the Cornhuskers, Matt Rhule. You made a comment after spring ball, Coach, that you told Corey Campbell your strength and conditioning coach. Bring me a tough football team for August. Did he deliver, and what kind of examples did you see of that as you worked your way to this opener?
Yeah, he certainly did. I think the biggest thing is that he prioritized work. He prioritized grit and grinding in the offseason. And I think what we've seen in camp is a team where not guys didn't get banged up, guys didn't get hurt. You're going to have some injuries in camp, but you didn't see a lot of bumps and bruises because they're tough and they expect things to be hard and they have attention to detail. So I've been really proud of the team. We have to go manufacture that in a game, but it's been a great offseason and a great training camp.
You were able to get your teams at both Temple and Baylor to learn how to win. Is this group trending in that direction? Do you see signs of that?
Yeah, I think absolutely. That's one of the prime things. I mean, life to me is about you just keep showing up. You just keep showing up. And they kept showing up, and then they didn't leave that in the offseason. They showed up all offseason. So, now what we need is the type of team that when you have a lead, puts people away. And when you're behind, makes the plays to come back and win. And that's why we need to play a game. We need to see where we are with that.
Nothing goes better with Husker Sports and Fairbury. Fairbury premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience for your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. More with the coach. Coming up, this is Big Red Football.
This is the Matt Rhule pregame show. You're listening to Big Red Football.
Hi, I'm Tom Osborne, former football coach and co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program.
And I'm Des Moines Adams, Husker Black Shirt and CEO of Teammates Mentor.
We are recruiting teammates mentors and need caring adults to be in the lives of our students.
Meeting with a student once a week at the school can make a positive impact in their life and have a ripple effect in our communities.
Please join our team.
Go to teammates.org today.
It's go time in the Midwest. The Labor Day sales event is on now. Time to get 0% financing or $6,000 cash back on a new. These deals won't last forever, so that means it's go time. Go to the Labor Day sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers today. It all ends September 3rd. Now get 0% financing for 36 months for up to $6,000 cash back on a 2024 F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Plungers and store-bought chemicals can only go so far and can harm your drains. Call the professionals at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical to get your drains flowing. We won't only make sure the clog is taken care of, but we will ensure your drains are completely clean so the clog will not come back. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And Electrical.
Hi, this is Rex Burkhead, and I'm asking you to donate to the Team Jack Foundation to support childhood brain cancer research. Your contribution fuels the discovery of new treatments, enhancing children's lives and improving survival rates. Childhood brain cancer is a serious issue in Nebraska, where we rank number 7th nationally in incident rates. Every dollar brings us closer to a cure and a brighter future for these brave kids. Make a difference today by visiting teamjackfoundation.org to donate. Go Big Red.
Husker fans, visit a participating AGCO dealer now until November 1st and November 23rd in Lincoln. See your True Turf and Ag locations in Osmond, Columbus, and Falls City, Osceola Implement, and Kearney Equipment to enter for your chance to win this season.
We up our game. Outpacing the competition with innovations fueled by Bayer's R&D, keeping you equipped with an expanded portfolio, elite genetics, and additional local test plots. Channel leads the field, so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Husker Football brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs. Today, the opponent, the UTEP Miners first-year head coach Scotty Walden, a guy that you have a lot of respect for.
I do. I knew Coach when he was at East Texas Baptist. Obviously went on to I think Southern Miss, and then went on to Austin Peay, and then to UTEP, and just seeing what he's doing. You go down. We worked a satellite camp with them, and I wasn't even there, but talking to our coaches, how hard their staff works, and they're recruiting really well at UTEP, which to me is a sign of a hardworking staff. And he has belief. He has belief. He has beliefs. He has belief and beliefs, things he believes in, and you can hear his players echo those. And I think when you leave and your players all follow you, it means that they believe in the coach. And so They do a lot of things. They won at a high level at Austin Peay, and he'll win at UTEP.
Speaking of following, 11 guys followed him from Austin Peay over. Most of them are on the two deep, including the quarterback and a really good running back that I know has caught your eye.
Yeah, Jamon Jackson's an excellent player. Trey Goodman, their receiver, is another excellent good player. So they have players who played really well at the FCS level, and now they've made the jump to the group of five level, and they're all Division I players. I mean, they're excellent players, and Jackson's gonna be really hard to tackle. We'll have to have good angles and gang tackle.
I was gonna say this is a game that will really test your tackling early in the year because they spread you out so much, right?
Yeah, it's going to be, you'll have somebody there, but it's always going to be kind of one-on-one. You have to win your one-on-ones, and that's what the spread offense does, right? It spreads everyone out so that everyone has to do their job. It's kind of like the option, and then one guy makes a mistake, it can be a touchdown. So we'll have to make those plays, and then we'll have to play with tremendous effort to help the guy when he doesn't make the play.
His defensive coordinator came with him as well. What do they do defensively?
Yeah, J.J. Clark, excellent coach. They play really hard. And they're very similar to us. They're like a 3-down, 4-down hybrid. They're going to be 3-3 stack to 3-4 to a bear defense to a 4-down defense, man zone. Like it's just they kind of have a Rolodex of defenses and they kind of roll through them just like Tony does. So, there's never a time where you're like, hey, we're going to get this play versus this. And they're not afraid to blitz you. And they're going to come after you. They'll blitz you. And you watched them against Tennessee last year. I mean, they came after Tennessee. And so one of our keys is to be able to run and throw the ball versus the blitz, and they'll get us at times, and we have to just keep making plays, to follow up to maybe a bad play here and there.
Coach, they have a defensive end, Westmoreland, that had 7.5 sacks a year ago. How much do you need to be aware where he is every snap?
Yeah, Maurice Westmoreland, he's a pro. Great pass rusher. He's an edge player, and he'll play standing up, so he can drop into space. He can rush. You always have to account. Yeah, I think what you're always hoping that, our guys, just the wear and tear of playing against our O-line, which is a really big O-line. But I think the thing that they do is they rotate, they blitz, and they move. So they're not really standing still where you can just kind of like our defense. We'll put Cam Lenhart out there or Jamari out there at, 240, 250, 260 and have them do big guy jobs, but they play with such energy and speed. And that's kind of who we're playing against.
Pioneer's proud to partner with Iowa, Nebraska for the Pioneer Heroes game. Do you know someone who has positively impacted their community and who stands as an inspiration for others? Well, if so, please submit your local hero nomination at huskers.com/hero. Back with a final thought from the coach next.
You're listening to the Matt Rhule pregame show on the Huskers Radio Network.
Husker fans, visit a participating AGCO dealer now until November 1st and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets and pregame hospitality passes to the Nebraska versus Wisconsin football game on November 23rd in Lincoln. See your True Turf and Ag locations in Osmond, Columbus, and Falls City, Osceola Implement, and Kearney Equipment to enter for your chance to win this season.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
There's a hero in all of us. Pioneer is proud to partner with Nebraska and Iowa for the Pioneer Heroes game. Together, we want to recognize and celebrate local heroes who exemplify the goal of positively impact.com/hero so we can celebrate the heroes in your community.
Attention, Husker Nation. Are you ready to power up your game? Sapp Brothers bleeds Husker Red, and our high-quality off-road red diesel is the fuel that powers your equipment. As official sponsors of the Huskers, we're here with a touchdown offer with the Sapp Brothers Go Big Red Fuel Giveaway. Contract your upcoming fuel needs by February 1st and enter to win 1,000 free gallons of our off-road red diesel. Keep your engines roaring and your equipment running strong. With this winning opportunity, Sapp Brothers fuels Husker Nation. Visit sappbros.net/fuel giveaway for more info.
This is Big Red Football.
Hey Husker fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Nebraska, ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Here in Nebraska, we love our teachers. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is teaming up with Husker Athletics to recognize teachers who help students live their best and healthiest lives. Visit huskers.com/touchdown for teachers today to tell us about Nebraska. Head to huskers.com/touchdown for teachers today.
This week's contestant for the Woodhouse block punt for a touchdown contest is Mario Garza from Alliance. Remember, the Huskers block to get entered. You have not been around for all of this, but this has been 5 years since we've had a home opener, Coach, to get this season underway. I know you're excited. The fan base is excited. Do you still get the jitters?
Oh,
You've
absolutely.
been around this a long time. Do you still get the jitters?
Yeah, I get the jitters every game. And it's, because there's so much work goes into this. This isn't like, hey, just show up and play a game. I mean, so much goes into it from our players and staff. And, as I said in the press conference this week, I have a responsibility to make sure I put everyone in a good position. And so I carry that weight on my shoulders, and I take that seriously. And so I always hope that I'm going to do a good job. But I'm also really excited. I'm really excited because I know how hard these guys have worked, and I want to see them play.
Good luck today. We'll talk after the game.
Thanks, my friend.
Comments of the head coach of the Cornhuskers. Well, the Acres Broadcast Center is sponsored by the Midwest Premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Acres solutions for every field. Back from the Noddle Company's broadcast booth next.
On the Huskers Radio Network.
Hey Husker fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Nebraska football games or to any other live event in Lincoln, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the go-to option for the Huskers. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Here in Nebraska, we love our teachers. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is teaming up with Husker Athletics to recognize teachers who help students live their best and healthiest lives. Visit huskers.com/touchdown for teachers today to tell us about your favorite Nebraska Husker football spring game. Thanks to their biggest fans at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska. Head to huskers.com/touchdown for teachers today.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Noddle Company's broadcast booth at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. I'm Matt Coatney. Let's take a quick look at a Big Ten scoreboard brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. It's a final in West Lafayette. Purdue blows out Indiana State 49-0. Hudson Card, 4 TD passes for the Boilers. They are in a long weather delay in West Virginia, and number 8 Penn State leads West Virginia 20-6. They may not get going again until tonight. And number 25 Iowa leads Illinois State 40-0. They are in the fourth quarter. Maryland leads UConn 36-7 just at the start of the fourth quarter. I'm Matt Coatney in the Noddle. Greg Sharp, Damon Benning, and Jessica Cootie are all ready to go. Nebraska versus UTEP. Husker football next.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the Huskers Radio Network. It's time for Nebraska Cornhuskers football.
Rogers deep for Nebraska. Here's Wiley's kick. It's high. It holds up there. Rogers takes the ball at the 30. He's hit and got away. Back upfield to the 35. Turns. He's running back around field. He's trying to get away. He's looking for blockers. He turns upfield. He's going to run a touchdown. In the back play. And it's Schlesinger inside the 5. In there for the touchdown. He's got the touchdown.
And an option to the right. Tommy on the keep. Turns the corner. 25-30. Eludes a tackler. 35. Tommy Frazier. 37, 38, 39, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's going to cross to the middle. Juggle. Diving touchdown, Nebraska. Davison under the deflection. Thunder, who gives it back to Mike Stutz. He's going to throw it. He's got a man out there for 40. It is Eric Crouch. 15, 10, 5. The kick is get that way, and the kick is good. 40, Roy to midfield. Roy Heller to the 40, to the 30, to the 20. You betcha. That is
a touchdown for Nebraska.
Back to Burkhead off the left side. Rex has a seam. 15, 10. Burkhead 5. Dives. He's in. Touchdown, Nebraska. And the Huskers have come all the
throw down toward the goal line, going up. Ball tipped in the air. Caught. Touchdown. Jordan Westerkamp. Nebraska wins the game on the final play of the contest. Oh, baby.
Brought to you locally by This is the Pre-Kickoff Show, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery.
When the Nebraska Cornhuskers exited the field after their Black Friday loss to the Iowa Hawkeyes, the feeling in the locker room was that they left unfinished business out on the field. So much so that guys like Isaac Gifford, Ty Robinson, Bryce Benhart decided to come back in 2024. Today, the Big Reds start their second season under head coach Matt Rhule, and for various reasons, optimism is high in Lincoln. Good afternoon from iconic Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm Greg Sharp. The Big Red made major strides in 2023, particularly on the defensive side of the football. The Black Shirts finished the year as a top 15 defense. It was the turnovers that prevented this team from playing in postseason. NU committed 31 and finished the year with a turnover margin of -17. It's remarkable that Husker team won 5 games with that type of a margin. It's been an emphasis all offseason, both in preventing turnovers and increasing the ability to take the ball away from the opposition. So in the offseason, the Huskers, they went out and landed a big star on the recruiting trail. Dylan Rhule, the son of former Husker great Dominic Rhule, signed with the Big Red back in December. He has proceeded to win the starting job and today will lead the Husker offense. He's in charge today, starting with a chance to crank up the offense and then protect the football. Those will be the challenges for Dylan today. Our opponent, the Miners of Texas coach Dana Dimel, and they hired Austin Peay's Scotty Walden, the second youngest head coach in FBS football. He's brought a ton of energy to Southwest Texas, and he was followed to the edge of the Rio Grande by 11 players from Austin Peay, many of which are going to start here today. Welcome back, Seasons. When we return, we'll get thoughts from former national champion Damon Benning as Pregame continues from Lincoln.
You're listening to the Pre-Kickoff Show, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery on the Huskers Radio Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Nebraska Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Wait for your men's or women's health care at the doctor's office or Redbox RX it and get the care you need. Redbox RX is the easy, affordable way to get quality, personalized care with private online consultations, upfront pricing, and low-cost prescriptions shipped for free. Redbox RX, the same, but really different. Get 50% off your first prescription at redboxrx.com with code NASCAR.
For generations, the story of America's farmers has been one of grit, determination, and unwavering faith. Through trials and triumphs, one truth remains. Together, we can do more. Working together, Central Valley Ag unites with our farmers to feed this hungry planet. So take a seat, share your story. At CVA, there's room at the table. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Still using that old, outdated office phone system? You need better. At Hamilton, we offer solutions for the modern office. Whether you have an office full of staff or your employees work remotely and are on the go, seamless call handling is important. Elevate your communication and connect seamlessly with clients and staff with Hamilton Business Phone Systems. Choose better and hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
It's time again for some Nebraska Farm Facts
For Nebraska soybean farmers, sustainability is a way of life. 97% of farms are family-owned, and 95% are participating in conservation programs and using sustainable practices. And they have significant sustainability goals by 2025. 10% more energy efficiency, 10% less land, and 25% less soil erosion. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Hey Husker fans, Coach Rhule here, thanking you for your incredible support of Nebraska football. We're working every day to bring championship football back to Nebraska. Just as important is your contribution to 1890 Nebraska, the official NIL collective of Husker Athletics. Every contribution, no matter how small, makes a big impact. Your support helps us recruit and retain top talent, bringing a winning program that can compete at the highest level. Visit 1890nebraska.com or text NEBNIL to 801-801 now.
This is Big Red Football.
At Cox Mobile, we know you're smart. You brush your teeth in the shower to save time, make coffee ice cubes for your cold brew, and wear goggles to cut onions. You also added Cox Mobile. So smart. Now you're running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability and saving on your Cox internet. It's ingenious, just like you.
Aw, thanks.
Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. to H 2023. Other restrictions apply. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
Hi, it's Sam McEwen from the Omaha World Herald.
And I'm Amy Just from the Lincoln Journal-Star.
Hey, listen, HuskerExtra.com and the Husker Extra mobile app have the best coverage of Nebraska sports.
Our reporting team shares features and analysis of all Husker sports, along with the latest recruiting news and more.
Plus, Husker Extra subscribers have access to our exclusive podcast, The Showdown, where we share our latest insights and expectations.
Go to HuskerExtra.com or search Husker Extra in your app store.
Download and subscribe today.
Dear Truckin' Awesome. Want more horsepower in the stable? The Tundra iForce Max is the most powerful Tundra ever. With its electrifying twin-turbo V6, you got everything you need. Saddle up the Tacoma TRD Pro. Its segment-first performance seats are designed to smooth out the shocks when the ride gets bumpy. The Toyota 4Runner is part mean streak, part wild side, and an all-around icon. Check out that signature power rear window, will ya? Yes, sir, Toyota trucks. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
You're listening to the Pre-Kickoff Show, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery on the Huskers Radio Network.
The Nebraska Lottery has raised over $991 million, which has helped to provide more than 150,000 college scholarships, save wildlife habitats across state, and fund new facilities at the Nebraska State Fair, which is currently going on out in Grand Island. The Nebraska Lottery hoping to build a better Nebraska. And delighted to welcome back into the broadcast booth, third year here as a part of the network, Damon Benning. Great to be here with you to start another college football season. Long off season when you don't go to postseason. I think that's going to change here in 2024.
Yeah, let's hope you're right. And, you know, they just kept handling what came with the offseason, right? We get new ADs. We get a quarterback coach. We get a new defensive backs coach. We get new NIL rulings and legislation and television deals and coaching suspensions. I mean, college football was the gift that kept on giving, but let's hope the best one for us is something that...
True freshman a few years ago, and Adrian Martinez has started. A lot of pressure on the young man. You've had a chance to know him from a young age. Your thoughts about his ability to handle all of this that starts today?
Yeah, I think my two favorite qualities about him are every moment he's met, none of them seem too big. So I look forward to that continuing, right? I get it. 90,000, a sea of red, the legacy. But he's handled everything in stride. He is a calm, cool customer. I don't expect anything different from him. The other thing is, and I love it, even as a young guy with a veteran offensive line with over 140 some odd starts, he's still become the Pied Piper. He's a guy that the players enjoy being around. Where he goes, they go. I love it, because when you get the temperament in that quarterback room right, you give yourself a chance to win.
Well, this offense has to be better than it was a year ago. Only averaged 18 points a game, turned the ball over far too much, and it's been an emphasis. As I mentioned in the open, they have done things throughout the spring and summer and even the fall camp to try to avoid that. A lot of it, though, depends on what your quarterback does.
Yeah, I agree. And, some things are going to happen, right? You'll see some freshman moments. They're playing some young guys in some key spots. You may see a Ja'Cory Barney return one 8 yards deep in the end zone.
Yep.
Or Dylan throw an inadvertent pass. But what you're going to get with this team is and I get the sense, it's been talked about all offseason, and it'll start with Rhule. They're not going to be afraid. It's a big boy offense. They're going to coach it that way. Who knows what we'll see first series. I expect to see something
Holden over from Austin Peay. They know it's a true freshman quarterback for Nebraska. They're probably going to give him a lot of looks, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're going to have to start with protecting him up front, right? With guys like Westmoreland that can pressure the quarterback. I get it. So study and preparation was a little bit tricky, but it's always like that in game one. I expect to see multiple looks early from UTEP, but remember, high risk, high reward. You pay the piper, you get caught in the wrong fit.
Their defensive numbers a year ago, and I know they've changed a lot of personnel, were not very good. So that was a problem they struggled. Let's flip the other side of the ball. Husker defense was tremendous last year. Tony White did an amazing job. Nebraska up across the board in every category. Yards rushing per games were way down. Getting the ability to keep people from finding the end zone was huge for them. Today they're going to face an offense that's probably going to test them a little bit, spread them out, trying to get the quick screens. They got a pretty good shifty running back, which I think you're going to enjoy watching you today. I think that there'll be a bit of a challenge for Tony White today.
Yeah, as fast as they can spot the ball. So for Nebraska, it's important. You got to get lined up correctly. But they've got a veteran-savvy bunch. I mean, that's a mature bunch. You saw the 12 black shirts, and Cam Lenhart's like, wow, I'm the young guy of the bunch. Everybody else, it's a lot of old, experienced guys. Two things they got to get better at: get off the field on third down, and when you get your hands on a football, whether it's an errant pass or it is rolling along the ground, make the most of your opportunities. That's what they're looking to improve on.
Yeah, they didn't take the ball away a lot a year ago, so that's been a mantra for the defense all offseason. I'm not sure how much Nebraska is going to use the green dot on defense, Damon. I think they still may do some hand signaling going into this year.
Yeah, you got a veteran bunch, and I think it's interesting because don't take that for granted. That's a great point you bring up. The communication and who could be distracted by it or is on the other.
Presenting in their 145th year, the University of Nebraska Cornhusker Marching Band. This is the pride of all Nebraska. With twirlers Brittany Berry and Stephanie Lean. And drum majors Violin Decker, Tanner Moss, Jason Manzito, and Annie Von Kampen. It's Football Saturday in Memorial Stadium, and there is no place like Nebraska! We welcome our visitors from the University of Texas, El Paso. Husker fans, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, conducted by Director of Bands Dr. Carolyn Barber. By executive order of the Commander-in-Chief, all active duty military personnel in civilian attire and military veterans are authorized to maintain their cover and render a proper hand salute. The colors are being presented by a full joint color guard and commanded by midshipmen from the Navy ROTC program. The band's traditional pregame salute to the fans in all four stadiums begins with the well-known football classic, Mr. Touchdown, USA! Our salute continues with the majestic strains of March Grandioso. Then let's all chant the letters of Nebraska with March of the Cornhuskers. And now, Nebraska's own Hail Varsity!
And now, the projected starting lineup, presented by J-Tech Construction and Solar. The Black Shirts, Ty Robinson, Nesh Hutmaker, Jamari Butler, linebackers, John Bullock, Makai Bayer, MJ Sherman. The secondary, Tommy Hill, Isaac Gifford, Malcolm Hartzog Jr., Deshaun Singleton, Marquise Buford Jr. The specialists, Tristan Alvana, John Hall, Brian Buschini. On the offense, Turner Corcoran, Justin Evans, Ben Scott, Micah Mazuka, Bryce Benhart. Receivers at tight end, Thomas Fedoni II. At slot receiver, Janiron Bonner. At wideout, Jamal Banks, Isaiah Nair. In the backfield, at running back, Ramir Johnson. And at quarterback, Dylan Raiola.
the pursuit of greatness, there are no shortcuts. This team is built on toughness, resilience, and unity. Day by day, we fight together as one. This is more than just a game. It's a mission. There is no place like Nebraska.
Huskers!
Grown-ups, in between, churning babies. Right about now, it's your boy, you heard, back again. DJ Manny, fresh, yeah, fresh, hey, that's my D.
Welcome, captains, to today's game. UTEP as the visitors, you'll call the coin toss. This is heads and tails. Heads, tails. What's your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It is tails. You've won the toss. You're going to